Yo, what's up? It's LV. Learn something. Alright, let's get it cracking. What is self-esteem? Confidence in your ability to think, confidence in your ability to cope with life's challenges, confidence in your right to be successful, your right to exist, your right to be here on this earth, feeling that you deserve happiness and you are entitled to live the life that you choose to live. Also being confident to assert your values and needs and to enjoy the fruits of your efforts. Damn, that's a lot. So pretty much all that I said was self-efficacy and self-value. If you have self-efficacy, you trust your mind. You trust your capability to cope with issues and to take on the challenges that are in front of you. If you have self-worth, you believe that you're worthy of things, that you feel entitled to be respected and assert your values and wants. So as it pertains to self-esteem, it is a conviction. It's the way you see yourself, the way you perceive your surroundings and how you behave mentally to those things. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, that if you don't trust your mind, if you don't trust your capability to think for yourself, choose the right mate or choose the right job or choose the right friends in your life, then you will continuously make the wrong decisions. And if you do make the wrong decisions, then that will further reinforce the low self-esteem that's within you. So it isn't the idea that I have low self-esteem, it's that do your actions protect you against low self-esteem and vice versa. But let's move more into the faces of self-esteem, the things that correlate with self-esteem, not necessarily self-esteem itself, but dictates how you build your self-esteem. If you don't have these things in order, then it's going to be hard to have great self-esteem. But at the same time, if you don't have great self-esteem, then you wouldn't have these things in order. So before we get into those things, I like to give a little disclaimer. Self-esteem isn't the end-all be-all. Self-esteem isn't like some fucking magic pill, like if you have it, then you'll have success or some shit. Like it's broke people with good self-esteem. It's fucking rich people with low self-esteem. So it has nothing to do with your status. Self-esteem has everything to do with how you perceive your value to yourself. So I'll say this, if you do have great self-esteem and you have a work ethic with it, then you can be fucking rich as fuck. But if you have low self-esteem and a work ethic and you protect yourself in your work, like you get away from friends, you get away from all these people and you bombard yourself into your entrepreneurship. If you do that, then that'll defeat your self-esteem, but you can still make money. You can still have a life, you can still live with low self-esteem, but it's going to be pretty hard to go to the next level where you're at if you have that low self-esteem. Now let's move on to the faces of self-esteem. Yeah. All right, one of the faces of self-esteem is rationalization. This is your way of seeing the world in a non-contradictory way. Seeking the truth. Do you seek the truth? Is that one of the things that you do when you go about living your life, seeking the truth? Not living with this blinder on, not saying like I'm not even gonna call the bill collector. I don't even want to know how much I owe. Like, do you live like that? Because that can hurt your self-esteem. That can build up an idea in your head that you can't trust your ability to conquer this issue. Second one, realism. Do you respect the truth? Do you respect the facts? Can you understand like that is what it is? And I gotta either move on or I have to change it. Do you respect facts? Realism. First, do you seek it? Now you gotta start with that. You gotta look for the truth. And then once you find it, do you accept it? Third, intuitiveness. Trusting your ability to make a decision. Trusting your gut. And once you make this decision, can you reevaluate once you find conflicting evidence? And do you look for supporting evidence? It's the confirmation bias going on here. Do you look for evidence only in support of what you find is true? Or do you look for things that don't support what you have so you can reevaluate yourself? Intuitiveness, number 4. Now, once you listen to your inner voice and listen to your gut, there's creativity. Do you act out on this thing? Now that you find the supporting evidence that goes with what you believe in, do you act out on what you need to do and be creative and diligent with it? It's ways to express yourself, and you have to figure those things out. And as a human, you have been endowed with creativity. Now, do you do it? Number 5. Independence. Do you take responsibility for your existence? Do you go like, hey, if everyone left, would I survive? Would it be like, could I still survive? Everyone has a support system. We all have friends, families, co-workers, people that got our back. But can you survive without those people? Do you feel confident enough in your own ability to pick yourself up and get to going? Can you do that shit? Number 6, one that I feel is the most important one, is flexibility. Can you maneuver in a world of change? Do you fight with change? Like, oh, nah, man, it ain't supposed to be like this. It ain't supposed to be like this. Does that make you feel some type of way?
That car driving make you feel some type of way. I know you do. That custom brightly make you feel some.
Does that make you feel some type of way when in your heart you are so used to things being a certain way? Do you trust your mind? Do you have the self-efficacy of having the ability to be adaptable? Can you do that? Number 7, willingness to correct when wrong. Willingness to admit when wrong and correct mistakes. One of the most important ones. I'm probably gonna say that about all of these, but I feel like this is really, really big because it is the idea of feeling that the truth is over being right. The truth is over being right, in which it fucking is. Facts are over belief. So that conviction shit, you gotta throw it out the window. The best way that you should approach an argument is your ability to argue for the other side. And once you are able to argue for the other side while you're wrong, then you can see all of the flaws in the whole situation because you're looking for the truth, not just to be right. Like, my side's right. You stack up more confirmation bias. Like, all right, this is me. This is why I'm right. Oh, that's why I'm right again. That's why I'm right again. What's the reasons why you're wrong? And actually evaluate those things and actually correct when you're wrong. The next one, benevolence and cooperativeness. Your ability to work with others. When you respect yourself, when you have self-worth for yourself, when you believe your decision-making processes in your mind, your ability to cope with the challenges of life, you can invite other people into your circle at that point. It's easier. I'm not going to say you can, but it's easier to invite other people into your circle and being able to engage in healthy dialogue with these other people and build relationships and pretty much love. It becomes easier if you have great self-esteem. Now, those are the 8 faces of self-esteem. Now, where do you fit in on those things? Some of us are better at other things. Like me, I'm a logical, analytical type of person. So I'm better with rationalization, realism, and give me a second, flexibility and independence. But I'm not so good with correcting myself. I can't admit when I'm wrong sometimes. Like, I'm just being real. Like, sometimes it's like, sometimes being right is more to me than truth. You know, I'm going to be honest. But I'm working with it. You know, I write it down. I got it in my pocket. And I'm like, okay, boom. All right, okay, address this. Listen to people. Be more open. We all have problems. But when you are in denial of it, when you can't bring it to the forefront, you don't trust yourself, your self-efficacy to deal with the issue. And you don't believe that you're worth going to that next level. You don't believe that it's actually going to benefit you in that way, and it will benefit you. It will benefit you, and your self-esteem will fucking thank you for it. But remember, like my video, share my video, and comment below. And until next time, learn something.